30 seconds. I need it. 30 more seconds. Come slowly. All right. We made it. Let's go. It's Sunday morning, NFL London, my friends. The little cup of coffee zap. The pinkies are up, and the touchdowns are about to start flowing for you. I'm excited for today, and I saw one comment in here. Literally, there's been about 150, and the show has not even begun. It's just starting right now. Let's turn off this music while I'm yelling over it. I also want to just say, I like the comments. It was along the lines of, it's a beautiful day. We're all live. Yes, I love perspective. Perspective is everything. Give me 30 seconds to talk about it, and then we'll have 20 to be degenerates together. I've got parlays to talk about. I'm going to tell you who I'm going to use the touchdown bet on today as well for the touchdown live boost on DraftKings. One of them is also on Underdog, by the way, so give me a moment. Every single day you wake up is a gift. It's a gift. Life, honestly, is a precious thing. And I want you to keep perspective when you go through your Sunday NFL betting experience, your journey, whatever it is. You're blessed to be able to do it. Hopefully, you're in the right place mentally and financially where this is a side thing. This is for fun. It's a hobby. Maybe it's for side income. But what you are gambling is excess. It's extra. It's hobby funds. It's the fun money. And you are, think of this perspective, waking up right now or have been awake inside a house, inside a home, inside something with four walls and a roof. You have the internet. You are likely watching on some type of device, a phone, a tablet, a computer, a TV. You're likely drinking clean water this morning or a cup of coffee or tea. Perspective is everything. So many people out there do not have a single thing you have. Do not be too disappointed, too upset, too down if the betting day does not go the way you want it. Perspective is everything, my friends. Perspective's everything. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, I know a lot of people are sitting here. You're like, donuts. This is not what I tuned in for. Give me the bets. Where's the picks? I can't believe we haven't had somebody say it yet. Whatever. As long as you are waking up with gratitude for life, the blessing that it is, you're doing it right. You're right. But I digress. Let's get to it. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, everybody else. It's time. It's time to bet on some sports. We got 1,181 people tuned in to start our day together. Thank you all so very much for this. Very, very generous support. And I'm going to drop this link here because it gets asked throughout the shows. Here it is. All right. This is the VIP link. If you want to try it out, you can use code NFL. Get a nice low discount for your first month. All right, let's go. So DK has a 33% profit boost. I'm telling you right now, what I did earlier this week is I had thrown, and I believe this said 50 for me. So it's individual, based on the individual. As soon as the game goes live, I'm going to use that boost on J.K. Dobbins. FanDuel also had a J.K. Dobbins boost earlier, or a touchdown boost earlier this week as well. So, and I want to, this is also a teachable moment. When you have these, and like J.K. Dobbins to score a touchdown was one of my actual picks this week. I love the play. I think he's in such a good spot. The Jets have given up 6 rushing touchdowns this year to opposing running backs. 4 of the 5 starting running backs have scored against the Jets. J.K. Dobbins has scored in 4 of 5 games. R.J. Harvey clearly right now is not a threat to him. And, well, you know, I think J.K. Dobbins gets in the end zone this week. And I think the Broncos squeak out a win here in London. I think the Jets can put up a little bit of fight today, too, being overseas. And they're 0-5, you know, backs against the wall. They're in a corner and all that stuff. But anyways, J.K. Dobbins, a touchdown play that I liked. Instead of playing him for minus 115, you know, earlier this week, I used the FanDuel boost on him. Now I'm waiting till this game starts. All right. So right when 9:30 hits, I will max this boost out, whatever it is, $25, $50, $100, and I'll put it on J.K. Dobbins to score. I'll get a 33% boost. So effectively, I'll have J.K. Dobbins to score a touchdown today at about a unit at plus odds. All right. So think of that when you are using these boosts, how to use them. Instead of putting them in early for players, sometimes I love waiting. I love waiting because, you know, I understand that the lines might move from minus 110 to minus 115, but during the game, getting a 33% boost on a live line is incredible. You just got to be patient. Patience is a virtue, my friend, especially in the betting world. Now, exactly when to use that, I'm not kidding, like 9:30. This will go from pre-live to live, even if the ball has not been kicked off, and you can run it there. Now, line shopping, incredibly important, as this is one of my tabs here, and I'm going to pop it up. You already saw somebody, if you're paying attention to chat at all, when you go to the touchdowns tab on Novig, and this is why Novig is honestly my favorite sports book, you can grab J.K. Dobbins at plus 100 right now. Plus 100. That is incredible. There is not a better exchange out there right now. And I am as happy as a clam to what a silly analogy. Happy as a clam to make sure that I show people how good this place is. And you can use code donuts over there. And yes, I'm going to use my promo code. Why wouldn't I? It is the best sports book. It is live in 40 plus states, and it frequently has the best odds. We're talking 70, 80% of all props and game bets out there. It is wild. So yeah, I love me some J.K. Dobbins this week. And I love the odds that you can get over there. And if you don't have it over there, I mean, listen, 40 plus states do. So hopefully you're using it. I love this play. Now, who else can score a touchdown in this game? I think a really sneaky one's all the way down here. Mason Taylor is all the way up to a plus 390 at this point. A plus 390. Guys had a couple red zone targets. Yeah, guys, just click that link I posted in chat and pop it open. You'll see it. 40 plus states. 40 plus. You're going to be fine. You can use it on PC. I'm using it on PC right now, and it's an app. All right. So Mason Taylor, I think, is really interesting. Evan Ingram, plus 312. Those big boys inside the red zone, I'm always a fan of. Justin Fields, listen, he's gone a game without a rushing touchdown. He's due. He's due. Garrett Wilson has scored 4 of 5 games. However, is Patrick Surtain going to keep him out? If he does, maybe Breece Hall gets his first tutty. What I love about this game is I actually think there could be some points. I actually think there's an opportunity for some upside here because of all of the odds. Literally, look at the plus odds on everybody. Not a single player on Novig at minus 130, minus 140, things like that. No, you're getting such good odds this week. It is incredible. So let's talk about building out a parlay. We've talked touchdowns. I wanted to get that out of the way first because I wanted you to just have that info. Use it how you choose. I actually think there's a really nice way to build out some parlays here. And let's check FanDuel first. I don't think I can use touchdown bets here. There's a really nice way to build out a parlay. And these are just kind of some of my thoughts as I was going through my pregame notes. All right. And again, you could add the touchdowns if you'd like. But I'm going to show you kind of this like degenerate lotto for today. A lotto. All right. Yeah. Look at this channel. I was like, this is the most organized thing I've ever seen. I was wondering too. I'm like, when is Your Betting Edge posting? Are you kidding me? I love it. The absolute degen. I mean, if you sign up, like, you're not signing up for me to be a degenerate. I'm not as good. I'm not. I am like very much like a straight picks sports better. Like that's my jam. Kind of crazy. By the way, this Justin Fields under 1.5 passing touchdowns, 16 of 18 starts, 16 of his last 18 starts. Pretty nuts. Or 16 of 19, I think. 16 of 19, something like that. J.K. Dobbins, 50 plus. I mean, shoot, the Jets literally can't stop a nosebleed. They've given up the second most money second most points in the NFL. That's crazy. And that's a lie. I went profitable plus 2.32 units last week. MLB model this week made over the last 7 days has made over 4 units. Don't come in here lying, fam. If you need help, you go and read the recap channel or the Start Here channel where all of the strategies are written up and all the recaps are done with a Google sheet, math-based, penny by penny. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. Get out of here. False. That stuff really bothers me. For the touchdown lotto degenerates, yeah, there's a bunch in this game, but we got to be a little careful. You know, it still is the Jets. I think you got to be careful. Please be mindful. I wouldn't be rocking multiple plays from this game in this one unless you were doing some kind of crazy parlay like a plus 97,000. Yeah. All right. So JK, throw him in there. Fields, again, has gone under 1.5 passing touchdowns, 16 of 19 starts. And I don't think Denver's a team that I would be trying to pick on. What I like about Garrett Wilson is he's just being peppered. He can get there even if he's being covered by Surtain. I think 50-plus yards is looking nice. It's hit last season to close out a bunch. This season, every game with Justin Fields, as bad of a passer he is, Yes, thank you. I know that's nonsense. It's usually people that do that aren't even members, man. That's what bothers me. They're like competitors that come in here. It's awful. This industry is interesting. Receiving yards wise, Brees Hall is another player I'm interested in today. Remember, one catch, he can take it 20 anytime. He's getting, 3-4 catches per game because Fields gets in trouble. And guess what? The Broncos pass rush, number one in the I almost said NBA. NBA is coming. Number one in the NFL in sacks. So the pressure is going to be there. Fields, interception, probably a nice play as well, but you can't add that on FanDuel. Brees Hall, though, dump offs, right? Blitz is coming. Quick little dump off. Brees Hall. Boom. He's got 15-yard pickup. So I like this a lot as well. I mean, I am already up to a plus 430. You could continue here. If you didn't like the Brees Hall receiving yards, I think 2+ receptions is fine. You could probably run that out. Cortland Sutton, 5+ receptions, by the way, at minus 114. If I didn't, I will also say this. If I did not play the J.K. Dobbins anytime touchdown, I would have played Sutton 5+ receptions, which has cashed in 4 or 5 games this year. Last season, 9 of the last 10 games, and then also against Buffalo in the playoffs. So 10 of 11 last year, 4 or 5 this year. Quick math. That is 15 of 17 games, right? 10 of 11. No, it's not. It's 14 of 16. 14 of 16 games with Bo Nix last year to close out and to start this year. This is awesome. So I wish I had done this play. I'm telling you right now, I wish I had done this play over the J.K. Dobbins anytime touchdown. Like if I was doing my one pick for the week, it would be this one. But it's too late. I'm already Dobbins deep. Sauce has not looked that great this year, and I think in general it's because they can't get after the quarterback. The quarterbacks sit back there, and they have all the time in the world. And listen, no matter how good these D-backs are, 4 or 5 seconds into a route, I mean, a broken route, it's hard to stay with these guys that long. It just is. And you watch the Jets. I mean, 157 points they've given up this year, the second most in the NFL, averaging 31.5 points per game. That's what teams are scoring against them. It takes one catch, for these big plays. But Cortland Sutton gets peppered. We're talking 9, 10, 11, 12 targets per game. Sauce is not, Darrelle Revis. He's very good, but this is not Darrelle Revis. Mason Taylor. Yeah, let's talk about him. Let's add him as well. So Mason Taylor continues to get peppered for the Jets as well. I think 4+ is fine. I mean, again, water this down, or you can buff it up, make it better, increase the odds, do what you want. I'm just trying to give you some angles to think about here. These are like great starting points. So if you're like, I don't know, Mitch, I don't really want Brees Hall 20+. Brees Hall 2+ catches. Cortland Sutton, I don't know. I'm worried about Sauce Gardner. Okay. Well, maybe run out 4+ receptions for Sutton. Mason Taylor, he's still a rookie. Okay, 3+ receptions. Or if you're on the other side of things and you're like, man, I love the upside of Dobbins today. Well, instead of 50+, 60+, 70+, right? 2 touchdowns. If you think that Mason Taylor is due for a larger day, 5+ catches. I am trying to give you some type of baseline here to allow you to go out there and build your own dubs how you see fit. And then you can kind of go from there. Listen, if the entire world, and I don't pay attention to the industry too much because I think that, the public sentiment is just mostly irrelevant other than the fact that I like to check it sometimes just to see if I need to fade it last second. Like if, some of these large accounts are steaming a prop, I start to get a little nervous about that one. Vegas makes that call, and that guy's got a hammy injury in the second quarter. If you're worried about J.K. Dobbins, who I'm now seeing this morning, a lot of people are kind of talking about him. I hate it. Maybe you can pivot and just go a little Bo Nix action for over 1.5 passing touchdowns. If, again, we're talking 31.5 points per game is what the Jets are giving up, well, then that's a nice little way to kind of hedge your earlier straight pick on J.K. Dobbins. If Dobbins doesn't score, Nix has to throw 2+ or they lose this game. If Dobbins does not score a rushing touchdown, they will lose this game today if Bo Nix doesn't pop off. So there are ways to hedge your, Dobbins play without running to Novig and taking the under. And by the way, It's actually something I've talked. Look at that. Look at it. Dobbins odds are moving. I've actually talked about this on Novik before. So I do this touchdown picks video on Saturday. That touchdown picks video, if you're ever like donuts, that's a terrible pick. Put your money where your mouth is. You can take unders on every single touchdown pick I ever talk about. So if you're looking at it today, and I tell you this too, like I know this is off the path right now, real quick, but I think it is worth mentioning while I'm on the topic and I don't forget it. Like, let's say today you're like, man, I just don't think, I don't think it's worth taking Jonathan Taylor to score a touchdown. My friends, you can get Jonathan Taylor at plus 212 to not score a touchdown today. To not score a touchdown. Now, I like him to score a tutty, but I'm telling you, if you're like, touchdowns are hard to come by. They're a volatile market. You can play them on unders on Novik. You can play unders. It's kind of nuts. A lot of people don't think about that. So I think it's worth mentioning at the very least. I think it's worth mentioning. Dobbins is healthy. Yes, don't be afraid. I love Dobbins today. I think he's in a great spot. I got nothing wrong with it. The Jets defense is horrific. I think honestly, you could target like all these people. You could target all these people. I think they're great. Bo Nick's going to go off today, 200 plus. There you go. 200 plus 2 tutties. Probably a nice little lay there. How's this? How are we feeling? Yo, appreciate it, Don. Seriously, best place ever. On vacation with the wife. Prep for the day. Tuned in. Get the message from Pastor Donut. Stay blessed. Appreciate you. Life's too short. Bet the under. Oh, man. Trying to shorten your life. All them unders. Woo! Laterable players in this game, Chad. I love the question. And by the way, so people who tuned in for this, London game, we have 1,430 on YouTube, another 500 on X. Right after this, I'm actually going to do the ladder segment. Extremely popular last week. And if you had tuned in and you watched my ladder segment, you would have saw me talk about Christian McCaffrey as a ladder. Christian McCaffrey as a ladder who popped off for another 80-something receiving yards when his prop was 44.5 or whatever it was. 50, ended up at like 52.5, I think. But laddering 60, 70, 80. It was all the way up to like a plus 400. So stay here right when 9:30 hits. So in 6 minutes, I will be doing the ladder segment. Number one, it's an educational thing for a lot of people who don't know what a ladder is. Number two, you're going to see examples on how to bet a ladder. And then number three, when we're done with that, and if you're an advanced bettor and you understand the ladder, well, hey, add it to your repertoire. But number three, we're going to go on and move to the rest of the slate. And if you liked what I did with this first show segment where we're doing the Broncos and the Jets for parlays, if you like it, I'm going to be doing that for the rest of the slate next. All right. So ladders and then main slate degeneracy. Stick around, essentially, is what I'm trying to tell you. Stick around. If you're on X right now, retweet the stream, like it, retweet it. Come on, run it up. Help me grow over there. And if you're on YouTube, 1,500 people watching on YouTube is just, it's crazy to me on a Sunday morning this early. If you could do me a huge favor and run up the likes, we got 1,500 people watching, 253 likes. Bump it up. Those are rookie numbers. Pump it up. Let's go. Hit the like. Thank you, Ayo. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you so much. And then we'll move on again. Then we're going to move on to the main slate, and we'll find some dubs together. We'll find some dubs together. Bring up my notes real quick. I also want to bring this up because I feel like it's almost necessary because, man, people just, I think a lot of people can't get out of their way. And a lot of people, maybe it's the times. Everyone puts, nobody takes ownership, right? That's a thing these days. Y'all know this. Nobody takes ownership for themselves. All right. So I brought this up because I forgot I posted this. Ain't nobody doing recaps like me. Nobody. Not only do I show each individual play tracked weekly, but I also track every single freaking thing, my friends. And I want right now, because I'm a little annoyed, I want any of my VIPs, my OGs, to let the people know about the transparency game that I run. Because it's next level. Ain't nobody doing it like me. I see people using some apps for stuff, and then they're tweaking the numbers, they're changing their unit sizes. Once I realized that that was a thing, I'm like, that's it. I'm off of that. I'm going to track this on Google. You can't fake what the math is showing. You can't fake a plus 110 and the return on the $100 for a plus 110. There's no faking it. It either won or lost at plus 110, and that equals this much money or this much loss. There's no faking it. And I post top-notch recaps every single day. And when people get themselves in trouble, it's their own freaking fault, because what they do is they take these lists, these plays. Yeah, you can't fake it. That's right, Robert. You can't fake this. What they do is they take the plays and then they're like, let me parlay them all together. It chalks for 5 units and they're like, Donuts VIP. It's the most annoying thing on earth, especially when I have an actual strategy channel where I tell you exactly how I bet. There is literally, that's my Chris Traeger from Parks and Rec. There is literally no way on earth that you can use my exact, oh no, my head's in the way. The math is real. Use my exact, I literally tell you every single thing I do and how I do it. There is no excuses, but people still make them. And this is a little tough love moment for some people, because I know there's a few watching. I know there's a few watching right now who are sitting there annoyed, pointing fingers, and you got to turn your finger around, because the math on your end ain't mathing. As you see chat right now, the truth is out there. Oh, I know. Listen, I went up 2.32 units with my picks last week. MLB went up this week as well. Like, it just does not make sense, man. It does not make sense. And I thank you, chat, for showing up when I ask you to, because some of these people, they got to break their bad habits, as Sonny is saying. 1,000%. 1,000%. A lot of people don't. And that's why I try to help you guys and educate you inside Discord. That's the truth. Everyone's bad habits are what ruins their bankrolls. 2 people can have the exact same picks, 365 days per year. Person A, person B. Person A, disciplined betting. Person B, firing off darts. All right. I feel good about this one for 2 units. I don't feel as good about this one. I lost my 2 units last play. Half unit. Raise your hand if that's you. I bet that's a lot of you. Oh, I had a bad week, so I'm dropping my units down to 0.25 today. All right. Well, it's betting, and the pendulum swings back. So your bad week in week 4, which I had, and then you drop it down to a half unit or quarter unit, and in week 5, pendulum swings back. I'm profitable again. How about that? But you didn't get to ride that wave. You didn't make back your loss because you dropped down. Or you're on a heater, all right? First 3 weeks of the NFL season, I was up like 13 units for Discord. Week 4, you're like, that's it. He'll never lose again. 5 units per play. And then what happens? Well, I had a bad week in week 4. I lost like 3 units. But you upped it to 5 per. You're down 15 units. You gave back that 13 units profit. So after 4 weeks, now you're down 2 units because you had no discipline. And you know what you're doing now? You're saying, oh, I can't win with Donuts picks. I'm down after a month. It's like, math-wise, you would not be if you were disciplined and betting 1 unit on every single freaking play as a straight pick. That's your fault. Thank you for reminding me. Someone said game started, put that Dobbins bet in. I'm going to slide that off screen. Make sure no personal things here as I have to re-log into DraftKings. Thank you for that. Okay, so my app says starts in 1 minute and 37 seconds. But thank you. Thank you. I should probably put this in. Location not verified. Oh, let me scroll this off screen too. I got to put that in as well. I want to be able to ride that one out there with you. Accept and place. There we go. Here, I'm going to share the bet real fast in chat. And remember, we're going to move right on to the ladder segment. There it is. There's the link. FanDuel link. Oh, that didn't share well. Well, all right. Thanks a lot, FanDuel. Hopefully they will learn, man. I was one of those people. I appreciate the candor. 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. Mitch, I left and I am back, but now I stick to your bankroll, never chase losses. Let's freaking go, Hector. Let's go, man. That is literally the difference between a profitable bettor and a losing bettor. It's the slightest difference on earth. That's it. It's crazy. And you know what, Jay Step, I appreciate you. People need to figure out their unit size. That's literally number one. Like if you are joining betting or if you've been a losing bettor, it's the first thing to do. I literally start that off in this Start Here channel. Talking about the first thing, step one, set yourself up with success with a plan of attack for your units. That is literally the first step in the Discord Start Here channel. And I have a screenshot that talks about the difference of 1 unit on straights versus 0.1 units on parlays. Oh, my goodness. That's my live bet today. Yes, Steven. Steve P., you ain't wrong, buddy. I will say people who do not use like a really solid verified app or not use, thank you for, let me put this touchdown bet in, who don't use their own like tracking sheet. It's tedious. It is, but they're not meticulously tracking their bets and units. You're setting yourself up for failure. I'm right there with you. You guys are so right. All right, here's where I lose some viewers because the game begins. So, chat, it is I need you to help me during this show. Please tell me everything going on. All right, we're going to do the ladder segment right now. We're going to move on to the ladder segment, but I need you to tell me what's going on in the game. And I'm going to bring it up here on the side. Good old-fashioned ESPN. I just watch it from here. Just the game cast. All right, so chat, you got to tell me splash plays when they happen. What's going on? Let me be a degenerate through you this morning, okay? That's what I need. Let me be a degenerate through you. And to the 1,127 on YouTube who are still going to watch, thank you so much. I do appreciate that immensely. I did not mean to close out FanDuel and DraftKings because we got to do our ladder bets. All right. And also, I will say one other thing I never talk about, withdraw money from these apps frequently. Withdraw. I got my account up to like 5K a couple weeks ago or last week on DK. Withdraw 1,500, just like little bits. Because when you leave a bunch in there, you know what you're likely to do? Spend it. And I don't take it all out. I still leave a chunk in there. I like to have some liquidity because you never know. There might be an issue or something. You jump on it real quick. It's important to be able to do that. Like FanDuel, same thing. I took out 1,000. It went up to like 4K. I dropped it down to like 3K. It just little chunks. It doesn't mean you got to drop it down to $100 or something, or like down to like 1 unit. Just, you have a good week. Take that profit out and just leave the previous bankroll in there. Like I don't ever really talk about stuff like that, but for the 1,100 of sitting around, if you are constantly taking money away from these apps, they're also going to give you boosts. They're going to give you boosts. They want you to stick around. What happened? Oh, no. Did Dobbins fumble? Oh, don't tell me that. We know what can happen to these running backs when these... Okay, thank goodness Franklin did the fumble. Listen, I hope the Jets put on some points. I want to see a good game. I have no dog in the fight as far as the game goes. None. Let me double check that. Yep, I got nothing on the line for this game. My 4 money line officials, top spread of the week. The only bet I have today is Dobbins to score. Hey, and if the Jets can put one in right now, Dobbins has a better chance to stay on the field the entire game. You know, if the Broncos went up 21-0 or some nonsense, you're going to see RJ Harvey in the second half. So come on, let's go, Jets. Espresso right to the veins. All right, let's do it. Whew. Let's go, Edwin. It was a good week. I know, it's crazy, Chief. We just did like 2 different parlays, and I talked about like 6 bets. Give me a minute to drink some coffee and chill for a second, you know? I'm going to do the ladders right now, buddy. Good morning, Anthony. Good to see you, fam. Let's go. Edwin, exactly. Like, I think a lot of people sign up, and here's what they expect. 30-unit days. Like, that's not how you profit long term. It just isn't. That means you're chasing, plus 2,000s daily. Like, good freaking luck. You're going to lose all your money. That's not how I bet. Matter of fact, the last 2 nights of MLB, I'm up like 0.8 units. 0.8. What's up, Big Show? If that's the old school Big Show, Brandon, that I used to know in the DFS days, I hope you're doing very well, my friend. I appreciate you. If that's you, I need to know because I'm fairly certain that's my boy. OG. And if it's not, hey, good to see you. Good to see you. I think a lot of people getting ready. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Hey, let's go. He's back. I appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you. Still playing DFS. That's craziness. That's crazy. Coffee, then ladder. Exactly. Let's get to it. All right. So last week's ladder of the week, Christian McCaffrey did his job, and I think he can do it for us again. Thank you for the 1,060 people on YouTube who are still here watching. I do appreciate you all immensely. Let me line your pockets the best that I can. Jets are on the board, kicked a field goal. Could not get in the end zone, unfortunately. That would have been real nice for some of the offensive players on the Broncos side to stay on the field a little bit longer. I do think this could be a game. I told you, these London games have their way of working themselves out. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me get off of this Broncos one. We're going to go to receiving props, and we're going to scroll down initially to CMC, and just where we were last week, we're going right back to the well, my friends. CMC ladder, absolutely in place. Now, there's multiple ways to run out ladders. Number one, you could grab the original line. Now, what I mean by that is this. Christian McCaffrey's original 47.5 receiving yards line. A lot of people would take that initial line, 47.5, and they'll say, I'll take him for over. They put in a unit. They take another half unit, and then they run out a ladder like this. And they put down a little bit of quiche, 25, 15, 10, something like this. $50 would be another half unit on it. Now, if he hits the over on his initial ladder, initial rung of the ladder, over 47.5 receiving yards, you're walking away with profit today, regardless of whether or not he cashes out any of the other rungs. Now, if he does climb the ladder all the way to 80, like he did last week, okay, well, then now you're up another $96 in profit. That's your take away, all right, which is almost another full unit. So you'd end up being in for a unit and a half, and you're essentially coming back with about 1.8 units profit on the day. You just need him to climb that ladder. So keep that in mind. There's another way that you can bet ladders, and it's actually one of my favorite ways. You can, instead of rolling out these deep ladders going, 4 or 5 rungs deep, I love to find a couple players that I believe in for the day and just grabbing rung 2 and parlaying. I actually think that it's more important that, how many people, let me ask you this. Let me zoom this in so you can see it while I'm chatting. All right. Because I want you to think through this process. How many of you this week have like 5-leg parlays for a plus 350, plus 375? 5 legs for a plus 375. And to make it worse, all 5 legs individual picks. We all do it. I don't think there's entirely anything wrong with it. I think it becomes something wrong the longer the legs you go, and the more legs you go, and the less or the shorter the odds. That's no bueno. Like 8 legs plus 450, like nope. Not me. I hate those. I would rather bet on 2 players having a good day coming to fruition. That's the outcome I want. Like 2 players. Just CMC has a good day. JSN has a good day. And guess what? Sometimes these guys have great days. Not just good days. They have great days at the same time. And you can start to, and you can actually start to climb a ladder parlay, which is a sneaky way to go. I'm telling you right now, like I would rather be putting, $10 on the previous parlay, $5 on this parlay. I'm talking a 0.05 units, 0.1 unit on the other one. All right. Well, what if they have an even better day? CMC had 80 last week. JSN had like 130 yards? Well, what if he has 110? Okay. All right, $5, a little 5 spot. I make a half unit on this one. Doesn't cost a lot to make a lot. You bet on a couple players having, hitting the over on their original prop, 1 unit, whatever. All right. And then from there, you climb the ladders. I think they have not just good days, but great days. Not just great days, but excellent days. Not just excellent days, but they go nuclear. Another way you can run these out. It's like, let's say, you're like, okay. Smell what you're cooking. JSN for $100. He's gotten there, 3 times this year? Missed it with 96 one game. Then we're going to go down here. We grab CMC for 60. Not bad. That's a 452. Then you're looking at this and you're like, because I'm going to tell you something real quick. I think a lot of people screw up when they put together these silly round robins too. Round robins should really only be reserved for plus odd plays. All right. Puka, dream matchup today. Plug him in there. Puka, a great laterable player, by the way. Goes for 130, 140, or 50. These are ideal types of players. I'm looking for the Broncos game. Excuse me, not Broncos. Packers, there he is. Oh, I got to go to running backs. Rushing yards. Josh Jacobs. Like, we are now betting on 4 players. This is not even like to go nuclear. These are good games. All right. And I am giving myself a plus 3,000 to have 4 guys in 4 good spots who have 4 really strong ceilings. And I'm getting a plus 3,000 for that. All too often are people putting together 15 freaking legs to get this, if that. And you can do this. And by the way, like, it doesn't need to just be these high end, these marquee. Okay, put it in. You got it. There you go. Let's run it. You twisted my arm. You twisted my arm, fam. It doesn't even need to be just high end players. Like, think of last week with Stephon Diggs. His receiving yards was like 48.5. All right. Against the Bills. Like, sometimes these lower end players are even better to ladder because when they pop off, sorry. My bad. I didn't even realize what I was on, Black King. My bad. I'm old too. I don't think I would have seen that either. My bad. Chat, you guys can always let me know. Sometimes I just start vibing. I'm talking, and I don't pay attention to what screen I'm on for the stream. But anyways, I digress. You guys and gals out there can start to ladder some of these players that are lower on the board. I love this one, Eugene. Yeah, sure, exactly. Elite upside, small, shorter lines, Metcalf, right? Takes a 70-yarder, all of a sudden he's over 100 yards. Lab McConkey, sooner or later he pops off, right? Well, you're getting a nice low start. 100 yards is a plus 298. Keenan Allen ladder, how often is he going to get 100 yards? That's what I mean. Like, not that frequently. And what's the difference of 100 yards for him versus Lad? Well, you are getting a 419. Who else could we look at? Again, we're talking massive. Here's one. Calvin Ridley. All right. Continues to get 20-plus yard catches for Cam Ward. his initial rung of the ladder at 50 plus, like a normal bat. He had 130 yards last week. All right. 130 yards, had like 14 targets, 12 catches, whatever it was. What's wrong with a Calvin Ridley ladder? Like, it doesn't need to be these high-end marquee names in elite matchups. Sometimes it just needs to be players that have the upside. Ja'Marr Chase, more upside than anybody in the NFL. He's absolutely a ladder-worthy target this week. He is absolutely a ladder-worthy target this week. What if Joe Flacco comes in and just peppers the man? Just absolutely peppers the man. This guy had 1,700 receiving yards last year. And again, like, I don't think any of us would bat an eye if Ja'Marr Chase had 100 yards receiving this week and JSN had 100 yards receiving. And guess what? These two players, literally just taking these two players, plus 937. Let me catch up on YouTube. By the way, anybody who decides to become a YouTube member, thank you for just that little extra support. You basically buy me a cup of coffee per month for that. It's like putting a couple bucks in the tip jar. Lemon Tiki, thank you very much for a couple bucks in the tip jar. Brendan, thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member. Just a little love. That's all it is. I appreciate that. 4-leg JSN. Thank you, Nelson, for the 5 spot. Appreciate you immensely. 4-leg parlay JSN 70. 7+ anytime touchdown. Seahawks money line 560. I don't mind it whatsoever. I think the only weak link there would be the anytime touchdown, but he did score last week. That's probably also why the odds are getting bumped to 560. Seahawks are one of my 4 official money line picks this week, by the way. We got them at plus odds earlier this week. I think it was like a plus 108 or something. So yeah, I like it. I do. I like it. Nothing wrong with that. Again, the odds of that hitting at 560, it's a lower implied probability than other types of plays. But of course, you're understanding that and you accept the fact that this is a lower probability type play. It's a parlay. On top of that, it's a single game parlay, which means you need multiple things to come to fruition within the same game. And if you have a bad script, bad narrative, right? Running game is crushing. JSN might not catch a bunch of passes or something. So, if they go up 28-0 and it's Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker are running the ball like crazy, okay, well then, good luck to JSN that day. But that's okay, as long as you understand those parlays. Win Bush, thank you so much for the $3, my friends. Are you not worried about the weather in Bmore? I see mixed things about the weather, to be honest. I saw earlier this morning, one person said only a 30% chance of rain and 15-mile-per-hour winds. That's nothing to me. And then I've seen other people say it's going to rain 100%. So it's hard. I don't actually have a bet for that game. If we're talking parlays or ladders, if you're concerned, don't bet on it. That would be my advice. Like, you don't have to bet on these players. I think just Puka, Kyron Williams, ladder-worthy players, all things considered, weather's a part of the equation for you, I would say leave it out. But again, like, the upside here for these types of players is immense. And no one would bat an eye if Ja'Marr Chase pops today. You would not think twice. You just won it. Like, none of you would be shocked if he goes for a hundo with Flacco. You'd finish the day and you'd be like, we should have saw it coming. Of course he was going to get 100 with Flacco instead of Jake Browning. Of course he would. Where's the Colts? Indy is at home. Scroll. There. Like, would you be shocked if this occurs today? 100. I'd not be shocked at all. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I mean, this comes just down to you guys. Yes, it was. Tycon was a name I mentioned last week, too. Yeah, snap rate went down, but you know what? It went back up in week 5. 45% snap rate. Downfield targets. A-dot is crazy. Thoughts with Chase Brown should be good for like 3-4 catches today, probably. I don't think it matters, though. The Cardinals have no James Conner. They have no Kyler Murray. Jacoby Brissett is going to be the starting quarterback today for the Cardinals. I think there's a chance that the Cardinals only have the ball for like 20 minutes today. And that means we get like 40 minutes of offense from the Colts, at which point Jonathan Taylor, a battle of attrition here, could rack up a hundo. What happened? Let me go look at this game. Touchdown return? What was it? 72-yard punt return. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. And I missed it. Fields got sacked his first drop back. Look at this offense out there. 3-3. A field goal on the board. Okay. Field goal on the board, both teams. That's actually not terrible. Halfway through the first quarter. Over 1,000 on YouTube still. 500 likes. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. How's X looking? We got 1,006 on YouTube, 890 on X. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, you know what I talked about last week, too? A ladder. You know, these ladders, by the way, we're almost done with the ladder segment because I think I've given you guys the concept, and I hope that you can run with it. Ain't nothing wrong with touchdown ladders. Last week, I actually mentioned Jonathan Taylor all the way up to 3+ touchdowns. I hope so. We need it. Let's go, Jets. Jets. What do you mean, buddy? Can you elaborate? Where are the picks? What are the picks? Like my premiums? I have 5 today, and I posted them as a list, posted it with a link, and then I did 5 write-ups in photos. Super smooth. Not too shabby. Gibbs anytime touchdown at +110. Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much, Anwar. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Rico Dowdle revenge game. Whoa. I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. You like Laporta today? I think Laporta has himself a nice night. Appreciate that, John. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another field goal. Oh, 9 points. I wonder what the first quarter over was. Probably 10.5 usually, right? 7.5. I don't know. That'd be too kind of low. But the touchdown ladder, I think, is a fun option. I don't know who I'd roll out as the other one though. Josh Jacobs, maybe. Jahmyr Gibbs, I think has a lot of touchdown equity today. Kyren Williams. Let me see those 3. Oh. Jonty against the Titans. Jacobs. Gibbs. Right? I mean, like, you only need 2 of these guys to hit, and you're making money. One of these longer odd guys hit, and you're in a decent spot to, get as close to breaking even as possible. If 2 of them hit, you're up. If you happen to pair any of them. But, like, I'm telling you this, too. I mentioned this beginning, and I want to bring this up. Like, this is the only type of things that I am interested in for round robins. I get asked that in Discord frequently. A lot of members in there. A lot of people don't understand how to use them. A bunch of -130s for a round robin. No good. No good. It's these longer odd plays. Those are the things you want to look at for round robins, my friends. That's it. I ain't looking at much else. It's that. All right, let's get to the rest of the main slate. We feeling all right about it? We get the ladder segment down. I enjoy doing it. I think it's just a really good way to talk about the upside of players. About to get through the whole first quarter and still be sweating my first touchdown picks. It's so early. I think touchdown bets are difficult for people to stomach. It's a volatile market, and like you can't. It's not like the NBA where it's like I'm trying to find a good correlation. Like the NBA, Steph Curry brings the ball up the court 50 times. 70 times throughout a game, right? 90 possessions. At any given time that he brings the ball down the court, he's putting up a 3 from 30 feet. And you need that fourth 3 for your parlay or something, or your 5+ threes. NFL is like, all right, well, he's got to either bust like a 40-yard touchdown run, or the offense has got to get down the field. And it happens in chunks, right? 30-yard catch by Sutton, or a turnover by the Jets inside their 20-yard line. All of a sudden, they're in scoring position. It's like splash plays, and you have random moments of the game where you get to actually sweat it out. But for the large part of your 60 minutes of watching an NFL game, there's only going to be an actual 90 seconds of the game time inside the 10-yard line. You know what I mean? And they can happen at any moment. Again, yeah, you're up second half, they start ground and pound. 12 carries in the late third to fourth quarter. That's when the touchdowns come. Things like that. I think a lot of people expect touchdown bets to be it's quick. No, it's not. They're probably the slowest NFL bet to bet on. I don't think they're the best thing for everybody. They're just not. All right, let's get to the rest of the slate. I wanted to put together a moneyline parlay today. You guys down with that? I know everybody's super obsessed with player props 24/7, but I honestly think we could have some fun putting together a moneyline lay. Are we good with this? Yo, reporting from Arrowhead with the D-Gens. Waiting to get in the parking lot, sit in the tailgate. What's the Sunday night? Let's do it, man. We'll definitely do a Sunday night football parlay. Javon, thank you very much for the 9 spot, 10 spot. Thank you. I appreciate that. Javon, I got you. I'm going to build out a Sunday night football parlay. Let's do it after the money line, though, okay? We'll do a money line parlay right now. And then after, we'll do a Sunday night football thing. I'm in. Do I have an amazing touchdown score like Njoku last week? Yeah, it did. Felt amazing, didn't it? What did we get? Plus 780 with the boost? Ooh, that was a wild one. I'm going to be real, buddy. You could go back to Njoku. Ain't nothing wrong with that. AJ Barner plus 300 this week for the Seahawks is interesting. I thought Cam Ward plus 658 anytime touchdown was interesting. He has 5 red zone carries. He got tackled at the 1 this year already before. I thought that was a nice one. That's a nice long odds play. What else did I have on my list? Long pot. Bryce Young. He's had a carry inside the 5 twice this year. Hasn't gotten in. Actually, no, he did get in week 2. There's some good plays this week. Some really long, because he's looking for long. Mark Andrews. Plus 400 for Mark Andrews. Yeah, there's some long odd plays this week for sure. Some good ones. How's that Broncos offense looking? Sluggish? 13-yard catch for Sutton. Called back for holding. Oh, no. Just when they were driving. Yikes. I tell you, man, so Sunday morning, those London games are not worth betting on. Not heavily, at least, 1 unit, call it a day. 1 unit, that's it. I hate it. Matter of fact, those primetime games in general are can be brutal. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, I mean, aren't most of them? I think everybody gets so excited to bet on these London games, these primetime games too. But honestly, you're raise your hand. How many of you made money in primetime games this year? They have so much money come in on those games that those lines are so tight. And I know you guys and gals out there Meltdown City. You ever notice chat, Discord chat? Like nothing, there's no meltdowns like a primetime meltdown. Like they are, people put too much money on these primetime games. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. And like, meanwhile, you ever notice my primetime bets? Like I either have like a 0.1 unit parlay or a 1 unit straight bet, and that's it. So regardless of the game, I'm out like a grand total of like 1.1 unit or something. You know what I mean? Like you got to be careful with those freaking games. You have to be careful. There's been 4 upsets in primetime in a row. Rams lost, upset in Thursday Night Football against the Niners last Thursday. Bills, Sunday Night Football against the Patriots. Chiefs, Monday Night Football against the Jags. Eagles, Thursday Night Football against the Giants. 4 primetime games in a row, and probably 4 of the top 6 or 7 teams in the NFL. You feeling me? Y'all putting too much money on these primetime games. They ain't worth it. Bo Nix 50 plus. Is he running a lot right now? I think it's the only thing that bums me out a little bit. So I don't get to watch it while I'm streaming. Oh, they're driving. How far behind am I? 2nd and 4 on the 30? Sutton's just racking up catches today, huh? That's good, man. Good for you. Good for you. You know, I talk about this too. I'm about to do the parlays, and let me start building this out. Give me a moment. I'm going to bring up my models on the side here. All right. We're not going to do just money lines. I'm going to do some spreads too, just so you know. But we'll do a parlay based on games. But anyways, so many free entries and bonus cash them in for 3.7 units. Feeling solid. I want you to think about this. NBA daily, right? Every single day you've got the NBA. 6-point teaser. Every single day you've got the NBA. All right, so you got 3, 4, 5 units per night. NFL Sunday, why do people drop 15, 20 units? Like, I think today I've got 5.1 units in play. And like, that's a bit. That's a bit. 5.1 units. It's a Sunday. That's all it is. It's not NFL Week 6 Sunday for me. It's just a Sunday. NBA, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for 6 months, 5.5 months, whatever it is. Just treat it like any other day. So many people. You don't need too much. You don't want to hear that too much. I'll stop talking about it. But it's the truth, man. Way too many people go way too hard on those. NFL Sunday, it's just another day. It's just another day. Because America runs on football, says Holly. Chasing losses, no discipline, but this is really helping me be smarter about things. So thanks, you guys. VLP Discord is very helpful. I appreciate that. Sutton had 2 catches called back already. He said, sorry, he bet on the receptions. That's funny, Bolt. That's funny. Where are the Rams? Let's grab the Rams money line on the road against Cooper Rush. I'm going to go to Monday night. I like the odds here. Grab the money line for the Commanders. I'm going to take my Bills on primetime. Where are they? This is a trap spot, but man, they are just a way better team than the Saints. 5 legs plus 459. How we feel about that? Try to do it quickly. Who A backup tight end? Stop playing. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's a fullback? Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. What do you mean do I ever bet it? It's vice versa. I post the things I bet on, not do I bet on my official props. Opposite. As soon as my bet goes in, I alert Discord. Make sense? 4 catches all year. Gets the first tutty. Can't wait to see a person on Twitter, X, saying, cash my first touchdown bet, sign up for my premium. Meanwhile, they're not showing you that they bet on like 10 different players for the game so they can get that screenshot and they lost money overall. I'm telling you, you people have no clue the type of crap that people do on in this space. Yeah, right. Okay, go buy that lottery ticket, man. You're funny. No way. He's already got 3. Let's go. It is a good scam, and it works. Way too many people are so ignorant in this space. Take the Lions in there. What do we think? By the way, I forgot I was supposed to do this. I got to build out a parlay for that guy that asked for the Lions and Chiefs. Let's do that next. You guys want to run this? If so, I'll drop a link. If Chad is thinking there's something wrong with one of these, let's talk about it and remove it. What's up? Sports betting takes real patience and discipline, no doubt. I will. Yeah, I know, Jay. The best was the ad one of them had for graphic designer to recreate bet slips. That's funny. That's kind of nuts. Run it. Yeah, let's do it. All right. So here's what I'll do. Let me make a Gambly link for y'all. I've got a Gambly bot in my Discord. And I will send you all this link. And because this is not official or nothing, this is the YouTube special. I'll put a quarter. Let me log back in. Actually, let me use Gambly to line shop this real quick. I'm going to give you all this link, so sit tight. While this is, I'm waiting for a Gambly bot to give me the link back, by the way. I am, give me a moment. I'm going to fill it. Okay, there we go. I'm back. And I've got your link. I got your Gambly bot link. Here you go. Is it all come in one post? If not, I'll have to make a tiny URL. There we go. There's the link. Yeah, I was muted. I walked away. I told you guys I was walking away for a second. Sorry if that wasn't clear. That's my bad. But yeah, let's run it. That'd be a fun one, right? What's up? Here, let me drop the link for you. And I also will show you what you get when you come in. And then next, let's do the Sunday Night Football parlay. We'll do that together. We'll do it live. Let me show you this. If you ever wonder, when you get in there, what's the Discord look like? Well, bam. I think the pendulum swings back a little bit, Lucas. Last week was nuts. And so was the start of Thursday Night Football, but that's not the norm. Code NFL will make it $15 for your first month. But this is what it looks like when you get in there. And this is why I tell people to go to this channel first, because I am all about making sure that people have good education. But this is what it looks like. You get in there, you got the donuts section. It's all labeled. Picks, picks, picks. You got staff channels. And then here's a community channel. These are people who in the Discord have earned a following and are trying to become staff and or just enjoy having a moderated channel. But this is different. They're not, they're not staff. But this is labeled. Like, there's no confusion. If you get in here and you start tailing somebody who's not winning from there, and then you complain about it, and you're like, oh, the VIP, like, it's on you. It's labeled, literally labeled, not staff. And in the first channel you're sent to, not staff. And again, like, this is why if people complain, like, oh, the VIP, like, I'm telling you right now, some of them are just dumb. I don't know how else to say it. Like, they ain't reading anything. Like, you got to read a little bit. You can't succeed in the betting world without reading things. Butcher had himself an incredible. He's had three straight events where he's just absolutely popped off. He went 11-1, 8-4, and I think 9-4 or something. His last three. Thank you, honey. I didn't want this thing. I need a cat. I don't want it. Just give me a rich chocolate, please. Thank you. My lovely wife is bringing me a coffee, my friends. That's why the camera's off. She's hooking me up. Oh, that is such a wonderful comment. And I love how truthful you are. That's pretty cool. I mean, listen, everybody's got to learn. That's the truth. Everybody's got to learn. It's how it works. I think a lot of people learn through the lumps, All right. Did I give everybody enough time to enter that? It was a plus 464 on DK, plus 459 on FanDuel. If y'all had enough time to enter it, I'd like to move on, but I wanted to give you guys a moment. Do I have a boost for this game? What is this? 20% boost. It's got to be a plus 300. Shocker. 3 legs. Shocker. $100 max. Not bad. Wow. That's a legit. Seriously, man. I need it. Tell you what, if you're betting on spreads Sunday morning, you're about 5 days too late, Anthony. That's just the truth. That is just the truth. Those lines are they've moved. Everything's moved. Colts minus 6.5 at the open. They're minus 9.5 now. You know what I mean? You got to be careful. Spread Sunday morning, those lines have been wrecked. Spreads are early week plays only, in my opinion. You guys do what you want. You got it. I got the easiest way you can learn units. And I I'm not throwing shade. I'm just not. Thanks, babe. Chat says you're the GOAT for keeping me caffeinated. Multiple people.
I'll give you double espresso next time.
Double espresso. Let's go. My friends, I'm not throwing shade. Just type this in Google. Anybody who needs help with units. What is a unit? How to use it? Come on. Just type that in Google. This is all correct. I would not say much different. I'd say the only thing that I would add to this is beyond just the percentages, like you need to be comfortable with losing that unit. If you're not, then maybe consider doing something like this. Like 1% of 1,000 would be $10, but maybe 10's too much for you. So 5. You feeling me? Donut hole. Getting your units right is the first step. You cannot be a profitable gambler if you do not have your units set. All right, let's get to the Sunday Night Football game. And let's start right here. Gibbs is scoring, man. He's scoring tonight. I'm locking that in. As many as you can. There's all sorts of boosts and stuff every week. Trying to think through this real quick while I'm doing this live. On FanDuel, you can add these in. The most receiving yards. Let's go over to FanDuel. Whatever. I don't feel like logging in again. I keep clicking off it for some reason. Silly man. Oh, there it is. Goodness. Tight ends. Yeah, that's worth. Oh, we lost Amon-Ra St. Brown. There we go. So my goal when I build out parlays for prime time is I try to keep it as close to like each leg by the time I'm done. Like 5 legs would be close to a plus 500 or better. Like I don't like doing like 5 legs for like a plus 220. You know what I mean? Sometimes if I have a boost, I'm willing to go lower because then I can, boost it. I don't know if I would do anything else. Like I know. It's like it gets quiet for a minute or so, but I'm really focused here. I'm sorry. I don't know if I would do anything different. Like maybe Gibbs rushing yards. Wow. That's not bad. 6 legs for a plus 530. Let me open FanDuel up. I'm going to see if FanDuel has a boost. Well, how about this? For the sake of that person asking, you got me on the spot. I will also say I don't think it's very easy to build out a parlay because I think it takes a little bit of thinking, critical thinking here. Oh, I've got a no sweat bet for FanDuel. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to be helpful to that person asking. This is for you, okay? If you're watching the game tonight with your boys, your family, whomever it might be, and you're out at the game, you're at Arrowhead, somebody wants something to bet on, there you go. I would like to sit down and take an hour. It takes me a while. I like to really think through every single angle for these and script out what I think can happen in the game. I will post that no sweat bet for FanDuel for VIPs this afternoon. But I'm not going to do it this morning. I'm not going to do it this morning. Again, like this is why. Because I didn't even remember. Like I didn't even think about Taekwondo because I'm live on air right now. So it's too hard. It's too hard to do on air to like really give you the best, in my opinion. FanDuel has a no sweat. Yeah, that's what I want to use. So I'll build a no sweat bet for tonight for the VIPs. I'm sorry to the public, but hey, it's not like I left you hanging. Here is something. And I don't know what from this list will end up on the official, but something will. It's not like this is a bad parlay. And can you just hit it by clicking around? Well, my question for you is when you're sitting there on the toilet putting together your parlays, are they hitting? Because if they ain't hitting, why do I have much of a better chance here on a live on the spot? I don't think parlays have anything to do with hit rates. I think it has a lot to do with game scripting, being able to project out how you envision things, and then what's the correlation? There's the link. People will continue to ask right there. So let me break it down. Maybe I should have done this earlier. 2,000 people today have tuned in. I do appreciate that. Thank you. That link. So where is it? Pops open this page. All right. This is the mobile view. This is just on PC. All right. And I've got a little welcome note. Tells you exactly all the things of how to get into Discord. It's pretty simple. Like how are the picks delivered? What sports do we cover? Click this link and it'll give you access to Discord, so on and so forth. And then once you're signed up, there's a post tab and a VIP tab on the Tails app. So you sign up, tails.bet/CFS picks. You can view the posts here. You can view the picks here. Then, if you'd like, download Tails, the app. And then you can get all the plays essentially alerted to your cell phone on the Tails app. And then from there, you can one-click enter them right into your sports books. That's an incredible process. In fact, my 5 VIP picks for this NFL Sunday, one-click enter all of them via the app. But if you use the website, it's essentially just a scroll feed. And by the way, if you're in my Discord, again, you get access to Discord from being a member. These are all just organized in a channel. That's all. Oh, coffee. Sweet nectar of life. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good parlay, It was. But like I had already not thought of Taekwondo. Like, you know what I was thinking about him? I just didn't even think of it. And there's also some first quarter bets that continue to hit for some of these players. So I'll have to come back to that. And on FanDuel, I'll probably do ARSB for most receiving yards. Long reception on FanDuel, you can do 20, 30, and 40 plus yard catches. Like, I'll probably hear, just so I don't forget, this was the YouTube one. I just like to know if I hit or not. But on FanDuel, I'm going to be able to do like some of those ladders. Not ladders, excuse me. Those milestones. There it is. Like these. These are awesome. I love doing these. There's certain players who just keep catching them. They get, long ADOT. I don't know how to say it. Average depth of target. They're always down the field. Here's one. Like parlay worthy pieces. Calvin Ridley with George Pickens. Like Pickens, literally, I think it's like one of his last 15 games. I'm not a Discord employee. I am, but I will help try to answer you. But listen, this is your Discord account. This is like asking a Netflix show, like a producer of a Netflix show, what's wrong with their Netflix account. I just want to make that abundantly clear. It's like you've paid for Netflix to watch my show, and now you're asking me to help you with your Netflix account. So I'm going to do my best. What I have heard, people who have had issues with their phone number, is they probably already have used their phone number on a separate account. So you have two options. Number one, connect that account that has the cell phone. Number two, if you don't do that, mom, dad, brother, sister, wife, husband, take their cell phone and use it on the account you're trying to connect. That's the best I can do for you. I'm trying my best. I hope that helps. I've been around since 2016. I initially started writing articles for blogs, free blogs, just free. I won some blogging awards, and I was able to turn that into articles for websites. I did that for a couple of years, then grew a decent following through just being a writer to podcasting out of my car. And then I got good enough where I was like, okay, I got to find a better spot for this. And I started podcasting out of a pantry. And then I started doing live shows out of a pantry. And then I did live shows out of a closet because it was a better sound booth. And, then I went into a basement space because things kept growing. I launched a website, my first website, and then turned it into an all-in sports betting product in like 2021, January. What's up, CG? He remembers the story. And then I went from there to being able to do it in an office over the last couple of years, and the ability to just be 24/7 betting. So it's been a journey. I'm 9 years into my journey. Year 10. This is year 10, by the way. Hey, listen, I think that's partially why I really like the Tails app, because I think a lot of people I mean, my days were like 18 hours a day for like 5 years. What do you mean? I was also teaching at the same time. But all right. Thanks for your snooty, uppity comment there, pal. Looking foolish. Your videos are some of my favorites. I'm glad you've been successful. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Oh, circling back. One thing I like about the Tails app for people who do not like Discord, I get it. Discord is busy. There's red notifications everywhere. There's alerts 24/7. It's a lot. And I think a lot of people would be better served signing up, downloading the Tails app that they paid for. All right. Log in and just use the app. You get them right to your phone. And it's just my stuff. You're not going to be inundated with picks and parlays and content from all the other people in Discord. You don't have to get swept up in the betting chat, which has 1,000 messages per hour. It's nuts. You can literally just, hey, what are donuts? 4 money line picks for the week. Here they are. Okay. Boop. One click enters all 4 into FanDuel. All right. What are Mitch's 5 player props for the week? Boop. There's the link. All 5 right into DraftKings, or line shop them. Up to you. But super simple. Yeah, you're welcome, Tom. It is the best. You can get notice directly on Tails to your phone. You don't even have to go into Discord. Heck yeah, man. Jack. We're already kindred spirits, buddy. I will say, thank you, Josh. I will say, and I see that you said you're just kidding, but I'm glad I was able to clarify too. Followed so many touts like I knew for 10 years. Don't give those advice. I don't consider myself a tout. Honestly. I think I'm very much more of a person who bets on sports but likes to educate. It's not a person who creates content for clicks and sells a product. I think the product is the end result of my time investment into betting and teaching. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I've never really clarified or given it a distinction. Let's go, John. All you're doing is missing the betting. I'm already halfway there. Bald, beard, glasses. Let's go. Well, I tell you, it's interesting that you say that. I post a lot of stuff inside Discord. Yo, let's go, Swish. I post a lot of stuff inside Discord, a lot of written things that are all about strategy and education, discipline, bankroll management, how to do certain things in betting. And I do a ton of that in Discord, a ton. I would say 80% of the people don't read a single thing. And I think that the people like you, Josh, who are saying the teaching is so valuable, and anybody else who likes that stuff, I think those people are going to be in a better spot to profit because they're willing to learn and they're listening. Mr. Donut. Here you go. Here's the link. I want anybody who's watching, make sure you use code NFL. It'll make it $15 for your first month. Listen, give it 30 days and you get a chance to kick back with me. Discord if you'd like, or just use the app and you'll be in a good position to profit. Reading is fundamental, Nasty. You ain't wrong. Trying to learn, never rage bet. It's the toughest thing. You got to be able to take a fat L. It's like life in any other way, shape, or form. Sometimes you just have a bad day. And you know what? At the end of the day, what do? You pop on a Netflix, you kick back, and you try to relax. Okay? Some things you just can't fix. Take a fat L. The next day, you do it again. Pendulum swings back for you. Probably Fire or me. I made my order of profit is MLB, NBA, and then NFL. We're talking 5 years of this. NFL out of the three is my lowest. It's been profitable every year. I think plus 38 units last year over 20 weeks of NFL. But, 38 units over 20 weeks, that's not a lot for a lot of people. Meanwhile, I'm like, that's 38 of my total, 150, 200 units. It all adds up. But I think a lot of people sign up. They're like, I expect 38 units a month. I'm like, well, all right. Good luck with that. 90% of my volume is straight betting. Heck no. You crazy? My MLB strikeout play of the day went 78 and 34, right? 3 units a play. 2 units of play, 1 unit of play, whatever you do. You profited like crazy. MLB is the go. I tell you what, having NBA back soon, I think will help a lot of people out in the betting space who are just such degenerates on NFL. And I was thinking about it when I made that. Well, hey, I understand you're probably a Cubs fan. Model had the Brewers last night. And that's the boring part of me. So Saturday, what did you all bet on? Probably 30 college football bets and 5 MLB parlays. You know what I bet on? My MLB model, official money line pick, the Brewers money line. That's it. That was my only bet for Saturday. I am boring. But you know what? I went up 0.82 units. I am boring, but I will profit. What was I saying? Oh, that's right. When you have something to bet on every single day, because I've been doing it for so long. That's it, Plasma. I'm not better than you. Nothing like that. I've just been doing it a long time, and I've learned. Not everybody learns either. That's the thing. I am extremely disciplined, but also that's probably why I have a Discord, a product, and a following. Like that's probably why. It's a huge part of it. Oh, yes. I was going to say, where's that NBA comment? Can't wait for NBA. Anyways, I think an issue right now with NFL, always, is that when there's not another daily sport, and if it ain't MLB for you, by the way, it's been MLB for me, so I don't care, right? Like I'm putting a unit or two daily in MLB, and it gets me through the week. NFL comes around Sunday. I had 4 units in play last week. I have 5 units in play this week. Like it's just another day of betting. It's not like, oh yeah, all week, NFL Sunday's here, 20 units. It's the only thing you've bet on for the week. I don't do it like that. It's just Sunday. It's just a Sunday. It's not NFL Week 6 Sunday. It's just Sunday that happens to have NFL on it. But when NBA comes, all right, you're betting 3, 4, 5 units a day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday comes around. All right. 5 units, NFL Sunday with donuts, and you call it because that's what you're doing daily and it feels comfortable. It's not this crazy swing of emotions. And then you also find out that is why Sunday you get the emotional meltdowns inside Discord chat because people are doing 20 units on a Sunday, and good luck. Good freaking luck. Good luck making profit long-term doing that. Oh, man. I always enjoy this last half hour of the show, just kind of talking betting, hanging out. So this game looks like an absolute clunker. Oh, my goodness. 10-6. Not that we thought it was going to be an explosion, but yikes. I'm looking at the stats. Ain't nobody performing. There are 4 minutes left in the first half. And Justin Fields has 4 pass attempts. These London games are the worst. Kenneth, don't beat yourself up. Okay? Because you just recognized it today. All right? And now it's time to fix it. Treat Sunday like NFL Sunday like any other day of the week. That's all you got to do. Treat NFL Sunday like any other day of the week. It ain't special. It's just a day. And NFL is just another sport. I know it's so hard to do. But once you start to learn these things and then like apply them, not just know them, but apply them, then you can really start profiting. Oh my goodness, man. What a disaster of a game. Bo Nix with 20 first half passes, man. A 29-yard punt. Oh, no. I feel so bad for anybody that went nuts. Yeah, I'll be doing NBA. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's as simple as it gets, fam. Grab that, ba-bam. Go to the site, and then there it. Look at this Alex character. Okay, buddy. You spread that kindness in the world. Good luck to you. What you put out in the world comes back to you, man. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to fight with you. What you put out in the world comes back, though. Got to be careful. Life can be like that. Right here, bud. So you click this little profile button in the top right, and you just connect it. Yeah. People, listen, man, you can't help everybody. You do the best you can. Give the info you can when you can. You know, when you see those types of comments, I'm telling you right now, all you're seeing is somebody who is just not doing what I am saying. Really, that's all it is. You know? Like, ah. It's like I tell everybody 1 unit on my straight picks, 0.1 units on a parlay. That's it. 0.1. So if you had a $100 unit, $10 would be the parlay. $100 on each individual straight pick. But I'd say 99% of these people that come into YouTube chat and they're just complaining, there ain't no way they're doing that. Because if they would, here's their results for the year. This is their results right here. Okay. Cash, 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 and then this one's a loss. Like, I don't know how else to say it. 1 unit on every straight pick, 0.1 units on every parlay. Here's your results. Do the math. I can't do it live. 15, 12, like 12 units, 13 units. I don't know. I can't help you. You got to talk to that handicapper. $350. Yikes. Who's charging that? Listen, the $30 monthly payment for you, for my people in Discord, it pays for, 5 or 6 different staff, an API that covers all my research and stats, and then, puts a little money in my pocket for me and my family. Like, dude, the first thing that should have been the indicator that this is a scam is a $350 price tag. Oh, I know of it. I see stuff out there, $100, $200, $1,000. There are people that charge $1,000. Oh, I appreciate you, Drew. I was asking for help to go do something. Got it. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, got to recoup it with good bets. Yes, got you. Yeah, man. I'm also thankful that you even said that because shoot, I'm sure there are people out there who don't even know. Didn't know, don't know. It's dangerous out there. Got to be careful. Definitely got to be careful. Man, I love my community so much. The fact that I stopped making picks and parlays like 20 minutes ago and we're just chatting and hanging out. Like, thank you for hanging with me. I love it. Look at this, 4 passes. I can't believe it. He's about to go into halftime with like 6 or 7 passes, dude. That's just insane. That's insane. Good for you. Let's go, Nelson. Smart. Whatever I have over 200, I end up taking out, but anything under 200, I deposit to make my bankroll back to 200. Huge dinner. This is the only way I've been able to control myself. I led off in the beginning of the show talking about withdrawing money from the sites. And you got to have your own strategy for when to withdraw and how much to withdraw. And that's unique to everybody, I do something similar. Like if I have a good week, I usually will take out that profit from the previous week. I like to keep like a little certain amount in my apps. And then if it gets to certain levels, I withdraw it because I know if I have $5,000 in my DraftKings account, I am going to be heavy-handed. And all of a sudden I start throwing out $100 parlays. And like, that is not smart. So if I withdraw a couple grand and it's at like 3,000, for me, this is all relative to each individual. Okay. I understand that is a lot for some and others probably have more in their accounts. But for me, when it says 5K and I see that number 5 or 4.8K, whatever it might be, close to that, I get heavy handed and I'm like, it's whatever. I got a lot of money there, but if I withdraw it and it says 2,800, 3,200, okay. I ain't going hard. I'm sticking to my units. I got to be disciplined. So people can do that. You can do that. Whatever those numbers are for you. 500 in your FanDuel is too much. Put it at 200. Don't let every time you make money, withdraw some money. You know what happens too when you withdraw money often? These books, a lot of them, is what they say. As you're withdrawing, they want to get it back. All of a sudden you start getting 50% boosts and stuff like that. Because they know you're going to use those boosts, most likely lose those parlays. They'll get their money back sooner or later. But I digress. That's going to be the first swag that we come out with. We'll have to set it up in a way where, like, anybody who buys it, the money goes to, like, St. Jude or something. Like, visible. Like, you all can see. I'm sure there's a St. Jude setup for something like that. That would be cool. I would love that. I would love that. And try to make $3 off a t-shirt. But boy, would that be a fun way to support something. Hey, man, no problem. Listen, don't join, do join. It's okay. I am here every single day, either live shows or videos to try to help people out. Oh, my goodness. What a brilliant idea, actually. Nasty game right now. Yeah, no doubt, man. Yep. Check my channels. Go to the Start Here channel in Discord. You'll see that one photo that will show you the NBA Picks channel, NBA Models channel, and NBA Cheat Sheets channel. So you get everything, man. Hey, listen, William, I appreciate you. If you're joking or not joking, I appreciate the candor. And, I think we all are to an extent, which is why we're hanging together. You, me, chat, we're hanging right now. We've been hanging for probably 30 minutes now. We haven't made a single pick in 30 minutes, and there's 750 people on YouTube. That right there tells me a lot about my community. It's a great community. I love it. I appreciate you all so much. For real. Not a single minute. Not a single minute. Oh, man. The other week, my wife was out in the morning, and I threw my show up on the front room TV. And then when they came home, I was on the TV. The family came home, and I'm on the TV. And that was like 5 minutes, watch Daddy, and then, that was it. Everyone was done with it. They're kids and my wife, and nobody cares about betting. That's pretty funny. What a fun question, though. I appreciate that immensely. Listen, you got to be humble in this space. I've seen people rise and fall. I have experienced huge growth and then huge loss. And I know that you got to take that slice of humble pie and take a big old bite every single day. I talk about my faith on these shows a lot too. And listen, like, this is all blessing. Everything is whipped cream and cherry on top going forward in this space for me. That perspective, 4 walls around me, roof over my head, healthy family, everything after that is a bonus. So I consider it all a blessing. Being able to hang out with you all on a Sunday morning, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the doubleheader for Monday Night Football. I'm sure a lot of you will come back to hang out with me for an hour or two on a Monday morning. Come on, man. Like, how blessed are we to be able to do that? If you have that ability to flip open your cell phone while you're working or watch on a computer at work or something, or you're at home, like, come on, let's keep perspective. What a life we all live to be able to do that with a roof over our heads. No needs. We're not thirsty. We're not cold out in the cold, Come on, man. It's all house money to an extent. If we look at it this way, all house money. Anyways, getting tired. I'm going to hop in Discord, check on things, try to help people out if they need it. The help channel gets a little busy sometimes Sunday mornings, and I will watch the game on the side while I'm doing that. I will be back Sunday morning. Remember, VIPs, I will make that the $25 no sweat bet for FanDuel. I'm going to make that for the VIPs. I'll post that, but it ain't going to be for another like 7 hours or so. I got a lot of stuff to do, and we'll go with that. All right. I appreciate you immensely. I love y'all, and God bless, and let's get paid. Have a good day, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow morning, I hope. Peace out.